Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, global population. Sam Fisher here. Say hello.
I'm the creator.
He's a creator, apparently.
I am the creator of this game.
Yeah, he's made a thing on
Tabs.
Totally accurate battle simulator. It's daft. Anyway.
What nice, lovely weather.
Alright, today we're going to talk about France. This will be a good one. Right, the French, apart from being French and lovers of wine, are experts in the art of surrender, and also fond of chopping their monarchs' heads off, which is something they share with the UK, and perhaps something that maybe our recent monarch should remember. But anyway, it's also a very old nation historically. What?
It's a nice, lovely weather.
It is nice, lovely weather, yeah. The country, just like many of the European continent nations, and also the UK, steeped in ancient history. Now, there's plenty of sites all over France that we could look into, but for today, for this episode, we're just going to focus on one. That's a little island in the middle of the same river, because there's all sorts of stuff we can talk about with France. There really is. One of them being Napoleon's intense interest in Egypt, and why that possibly could be. Tell you what, to explain what I mean, here's a clip from Dark Journalist interview, Joseph Farrell, to explain what I mean.
Who returns to Great Britain with a promotion after all of this to Brigadier General. Why is it the British military is clearly connected with something designed to make the pyramid an Egyptian monument?
Right.
And you know what I think the answer is?
What?
Napoleon.
How does that work?
Napoleon's expedition, you'll remember,
Yes.
goes to Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot find any of those French experts that he took with him, other than Champollion, the Rosetta Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find anywhere where the French scholars are saying this is an Egyptian product.
Interesting.
The etchings that the French are doing there are very strange. And for that matter, why does Napoleon Bonaparte take it into his, cold calculating noggin that, hey, let's go invade Egypt and we can use that as a springboard to go invade British India?
Yeah. Yeah.
Napoleon? No. And when you get down to the fact that it was Bishop de Talleyrand, another quintessential swamp creature, he's vying for that title with Roy Cohn. But but Bishop de Talleyrand, Maurice de Talleyrand, the French foreign minister, is really the one that's cooking up this expedition.
Mm-hmm.
What does de Talleyrand want?
What's his motivation?
What's his motivation other than to get Napoleon out of France?
There's a lot of weird stories about that expedition also.
Yeah, total. I mean,
Yeah.
the fellow that finds the Rosetta Stone is Lieutenant Hautpoul. Now, that family name should ring a bell for Rennes-le-Château fans out there.
Oh.
Because the Hautpoul family is prominent front and center in that whole mess around Père down in Rennes-le-Château in the 19th century. And then, of course, he runs his butt up to Saint-Sulpice de Paris, which is another one of those weird little connections that keep popping up in this story. Well, this Lieutenant Hautpoul, it's an ancestor of the Hautpoul family involved in that mess that that actually supposedly trips over the Rosetta Stone and finds it.
Yeah, well, hey, look at this.
Yeah, hey, look at this. Now, Daniel, I'm not above thinking that, no, this is a story concocted and cooked up by, the possibility that they found the stone in southern France and hauled it to Egypt to find it.
They already had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, you see? Yeah. Very suspect, so to say. I think you'll agree. Anyway, back to Odysee, yeah? Which is the little island in the middle of the same river. On that little island there's been either some sort of settlement or a sacred space, Druidic sacred space, and a cathedral for thousands of years. So they hold it in a very special and high regard for some reason. Not too long ago, I think about 3 years ago, there was a find underneath supposedly in a tomb, but it was underneath the foundations of the actual cathedral itself, depending on which report you want to look at, because there's conflicting reports. There's two things. One of them was an abbot. The burial of what they said was an abbot. Now, granted, abbots, cathedrals go hand in hand really with the burials, so it's not really that surprising. What is surprising is the lack of any name. I know it's not just been worn away, they weren't named at all. It's weird in itself, why didn't they name him? The second thing was even more bizarre. It was a body completely encased in lead. Completely. It was basically poured over the top of it. Now, there's no real sort of useful explanation as to why this is, or what it was for, or indeed what the body was inside it. I mean, the one thing you can't do with lead is x-ray it. Yeah? Bit of a problem, so opening it was the only solution, and as soon as you did that, silence. This was silent for it. Well, you see, this little island in the middle of the Seine has been heavily modified. In fact, the fact that it is sort of semi-man-made isn't in question. It's something that's well sort of understood and stated in mainstream academia, but there's there's every indication that it's completely man-made, as in the whole island. It was built to cover something up. What? I hear you say. Well, I remember what the name of this series is called. I picked what was maybe alien technology. Yeah, it's not alien technology. But there was something very important under there. It was important enough for the Druids to venerate it, and for powers that be to build a cathedral over the top of it. A cathedral, I might add, it was burnt down 2018, 2017. That in and of itself is very suspicious, how that happened. It can't, I repeat, it can't have been accidental. Not a chance. The reason being is because those beams inside that cathedral were 900,000 years old. They're basically petrified wood, stone. They don't burn right easy, because they're also stronger than steel. And petrified wood is about 2 to 3 times the tensile strength of steel, something like that. So to get them beams to burn like they were would take a very powerful accelerant. So it was arson. Well, undoubtedly, yeah. I mean, what gave it away was Macron being stood outside it as the building's burning, saying it was just a horrible accident, nothing more. How does he know? Fire investigation crews haven't even got in there yet to say, yeah. There he is, proclaiming it was just a horrible accident and there's nothing to see here, basically. Bullshit. This is a common MO of these people when they find something that would or does significantly alter their version of history. Yeah? They find it, they discover what's there, they document everything at that site and then destroy it, either themselves or they use the proxy. In case of Syria and Iraq, they use ISIS. In the case of Afghanistan, they use the Taliban. In France, sort of, in a roundabout way, blame the immigrant community that chips in for the burning down of that place, but it wasn't. So why did they do that? This is where it gets interesting. So what could I be talking about? Well, at this precise moment you should be seeing some pictures taken from cymatics, which is the depiction of the sound frequencies that you usually get from playing them in water or playing them across a metal plate with some sort of loose material on it, like sand or dust or rice or anything. Particular frequencies will gather into particular patterns depending on the frequency. Now, a couple of the more eagle-eyed of you will probably have noticed something else as well. You know, I like being sneaky. Ever wonder why rose windows are like they are in cathedrals? Or when the practice started, or why it started? Why is it only certain cathedrals? Not all of them. Well, this comes down again to cymatics, because I think you can all agree with me, none of them look anything like a rose. Right? I think that is obvious. So it makes you wonder, well, why did they pick that name? And I think it's more to do with not the flower, but the verb. Yeah? Some rose to do, not a noun. What's his name? Rose. What rose? What's arisen? Ah. You see, there's something else as well to do with the it's to do with the statues of the saints. They were all beheaded. When they went in, as the fire was just starting to get going, and they realised it may take some time for the fire to get there, they started pulling all of the statues out of the cathedral of all the saints. And all of them were beheaded. None of them had a head. They were all quite cleanly cut. Not only that, they were hollow. Hollow? Yeah, hollow. These are stone statues. Hollowed out. All of the bodies, the body cavity. Now, why would that be, do you think? It's very strange, isn't it? Yeah? Can't find these heads, by the way. Vanished. All that remained were the bodies. That stops him. So, no, obviously not. So what's going on there then? Wow. If you take into consideration the cymatic pattern.
Hi. Good. Bye, Leo.
If you take into account the cymatic pattern of that rose window, and it depicting a particular frequency, then what if, this is just a crazy thought, what if that frequency did the damage to those statues that were tuned specifically to react in a rather kinetic way to that particular frequency being played and sustained, that then caused these heads to explode, and for whatever was inside them to be located and acquired. There's a lot more to France. A heck of a lot more. Which means yes, we will have to revisit it at some point. But at the moment, what we're doing is just tracking the path of what is the Notre. You see, when Doggerland filled and was sunken, they all had to move. And one of the first places he went was France. Now they also obviously went to several other areas, one of them being Britain. Like further into the UK, France, just to travel north through the Scandinavian countries. But they're all bending round to that Black Sea area, drawn to it. So, next time, this is what we're gonna do. So, I've been to France. So I think,
What? Grab a teas?
what? The teas?
3.
3. Well, yeah, 3's have a lot to do with it anyway. So next time, we're going to take a look at Romania. We're going to go back to the Black Sea area for a bit. Check out Romania. And then work from there. Because, in fact, we'll make it double. Romania and Georgia. Because we found in both of them. It's simply astounding. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, you know the drill.
Wait. This is my teaser.
Ah, that's his teaser. Like, share, subscribe, you know the drill. See you later.
This is both a physical war, but it's also a psychic one. And the guidance that comes to you is the most important thing, and it will show you where to go and what to do.